This is Mission Control. Welcome aboard the two-friend Voyager. We hope you enjoy your journey. The spacecraft will now undergo evaluation prior to departure. Initiating systems check. Boosters. Check. Hydraulics. Check. Navigation. Check. Power. Check. Communications.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Check. Laser defense. Check. Warp speed. Check. Checklist is now complete. All systems go. Prepare for departure. Destination. Coachella. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off.
Coachella, how we feeling, baby? We're two friends, so stoked to be with y'all tonight. Y'all ready to do a big with us? Make some noise. Coachella, I need all y'all in this one right here. Coachella, put them hands up, put them up, put them up. Show me what we got, baby. Right now.
Warp speed.
Coachella, sing this one with us.
Turn up the music, turn down the lights. I got a feeling I'm gonna be alright, okay.
That does not work, so we love it, we get it.
Yeah,
We're pumped to do it with you all.
You know it.
exactly. We've done a few things, but most importantly, we're always building. So feel free to see us as your fellow builders. Just out of the gate, really important. We're here to help anytime. You can send us emails to this email address, community@backdrop.so. I think a few of you have already done this through the application process or during your confirmation to come here. We're very happy to answer any questions and help you with any technical difficulties or anything you need. For now, you're part of like the Backdrop family, and we're happy to just, be there for you. And like I said, we are builders, so you can have that feeling about us. You can share with us things that are, potentially technical or anything you need that is useful for your project or might be useful for you to discuss. We can do our best to help. Again, see us as friends and builders. Also, I need to do this slide about the company. Backdrop is a real company with a mission to support builders. So basically, this is what we do. Like we help people like you to just get started, build a project, go on to do amazing things, join an accelerator, or get investment from venture capital, or just have like a good time building. Those are all like things that we love, and we're here to support. And we do that with a lot of help from our friends. So you might see some names in here that you recognize or not, but those are very, very helpful and friendly investors from different very good venture capital companies and funds. And also, like, we have a ton of other angel investors behind us that are also builders, most of them, and always very helpful. So we have a big group behind
Our
us, and
mission
hopefully
is to support
we can give you a bunch of
builders with a
support
lot
and interesting
of help from our
yeah,
friends.
something interesting through this program.
Interesting.
Cool. All right. So this is about us real quick. And then let's go to what really matters. So let's talk a little bit about builds. And I'll leave Joey here just to tell you everything about it. And I'll be back soon.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about build. Let's get down to the good stuff, why we're all here. So this is not our first rodeo. We did build a few months ago, actually. Last time around, we had 150 builders. We launched 50 projects at the same time, which was insane. It was amazing. Really, it was a ton of energy. We distributed $40,000 in grants. And this goes without saying, or maybe this is obvious, but this next time around is much bigger. So, we have much more projects. We're hopefully going to launch many more of them, and we are going to distribute a lot more money. Much more about that coming soon in the presentation. Just to say, like, this is not a typical accelerator, so this is probably obvious to you. We wanted to make something different, something big, something global, something that can really help people at the very earliest possible stages. So that we do things a little bit differently, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So one of the things is that what you get out of this depends totally on you. So we have built a lot of support, with a lot of structure in terms of how this 4 weeks are going to go. There's tons of people in here, of course. I'm sure there's people in here that can be really useful for you. But what you get out of it depends on you. And it's not just about, like, the more work you get in, the more work you get out, things you get out, although that's generally true. I also mean that it's kind of, you get to design your own experience here. So, we'll talk about all the different ways that you can use the program, but we wanted to design something that can meet you where you are. Some people are working full time for a company and doing this on the side. Some people are all in on their project, trying to raise money. All good. Like, we're here to support you no matter what you need. And so it's kind of up to you to help figure out what that is. So our goal is simple. Our goal is to build and launch ideas into the world together. So we are here to all, that is the one uniting thing across every single person, across every single project. We are trying to launch something new at the frontier, which is amazing. And I think it's worth, taking a moment to really let that sink in. We are less than 4 weeks away from hopefully a moment where we simultaneously, as a group, launch hundreds of products on the same day at the same time. And that is really this energy that we're talking about. I'm sure everyone has participated in some kind of launch day for your own thing, for a company or whatever. We're trying to magnify that by a lot and create all this sort of shared energy, serendipity. So everything that we do is working backwards from that. Everything we're going to talk about, all of the structure of the program is working backwards from this moment at the end of the program where we launch everything. So, I hope you're pumped about that as we are. That's what this is really all about. And, we're here to help each other get there. I think, one of the things that's true of Builder Energy for sure is that it is collaborative. We are here to support each other. There's tons of interesting connections. I see, people in the chat are already out there, obviously creating some connections. That's great. But only you can launch your project. Nobody in here can do that for you. Oftentimes people need to reach, users that are not going to be in this program. Maybe you're building something for, cat enthusiasts, and there maybe aren't a lot of cat enthusiasts in the program. That's cool. So we are all here to support each other, but ultimately, this is about you kind of launching your project and doing that in combination with a bunch of other people. So let's talk about the vibe. I think we've alluded to some parts about the vibe, but we just want to get really clear on it. Build is for all builders. This is something that makes us super unique, and it's something that we feel is a big strength. So we have people here from all over the place, as you can see, literally all over the globe. we have people that, you know, are super experienced, have gone and launched successful products, have sold companies, and are here to launch their next thing. We have people that, you know, are just starting out. Maybe they're trying to experiment, learn a new technology, launch their first side project. That's cool. Like, you know, that is what this is about. And that's kind of like that diverse energy, you know, across the world at different stages is what makes this so magical. So we're here for everyone. And you know, as part of that as well, you know, not everyone's going to get to the finish line. So launching something is super hard. I mean, that's why this program exists, because it is really hard. It's stressful. It's hard to get it out of your head and into the world. We want everyone to try to launch something. It could be small, but even so, you know, not everyone's going to get there to the finish line. I mentioned we launched, you know, 50 projects last time. We're going to try to get many more this time. But you know, you might not get there, and that's okay.
Oh, we're gonna get there.
Also, Build is not a competition. So we do not want this to feel like you are competing with other people in the
I
program.
meant for you guys are giving
Launching something
grants.
is
What do
already
you
hard
mean
enough.
it's not a
The goal is to
competition?
support each other in the program, pat each
Yeah,
other in
that's
the
the
back,
goal.
pump each other up. We have not structured, you know, any of the grants or anything like that in a way that should feel competitive. So again,
That's nice.
our
That's good to
vibe is
hear.
really that we're all here together trying to do something really hard,
That's a nice vibe.
not to compete with each other.
Yeah, I was mainly looking like maybe we find like a
So the
few
grants,
base
which we'll
devs
talk
and they're
about,
like,
I'll come back.
yo,
and
we
talk
like
about
what you're
later.
building and they just
They're
want to
cool.
join, you know?
You know, it's awesome to have money. We love giving builders money. They're not the real thing. You know, they're a bonus. They're icing on the cake. The real value is getting that idea, that project out of your head into the world, into real people's hands. You know, that is what creates the magic. We've seen it so many times, and everything else, you know, including the money, is icing, nice icing on the cake. We don't tolerate jerks. This maybe goes without saying. Builders respect other builders. That is a core part of what we believe. What we believe is core part of builder energy is that you respect that other people are trying and to build something, to launch something, even if you don't understand it. And so we really ask that you respect each other, and we do not tolerate anything else, anything less than that. If you see anything that you feel is not kind of living up to that code, that builder code, please report it to us immediately. We will take care of it. So again, anything you see, just send it our way. Also, if build is not for you, you know, if this program doesn't sound like your vibe, it's not what you need right now, that's cool, no problem. We're not going to hold anyone here. You know, it's again, it's up to you. We've provided hopefully a lot of resources, a lot of structure to support you in many different stages of wherever you are. But if that's not what you need right now, that's cool. You know, no hard feelings. You can apply to the next one. So, and I think, yeah, with that, we're going to go into the weeds a little bit on the program, and I'll get out of here and let Rafa take us for a bit.
Sounds good. Very good. All right, so let's dive into the program a little bit. So this is getting down to the nitty-gritty of what Backdrop Build will be about. This here is meant to give you like an overview, so do not like get, you know, super, you know, confused or like worried about getting everything right now. We're gonna send you all the details, all the information via email later. We're also going to have a website on the page that we put together for you. There'll be a lot of information in there later as well. So we'll give you an overview here, but for sure, this is not the only thing. We're going to talk to you about the program. The rule number one of this program, the rule number one we're going to set for everyone is just keep shipping. Like the idea
Let's
here
go,
is just,
baby.
you know, we're not here to talk. We're not here to make friends. We're here to ship and build products and you know, make sure that we get our project or idea from idea to launch. And to do that, we need to keep shipping. So every week you're going to be shipping something. We cannot obviously tell you what you're going to be shipping. We're not even like checking if you shipped or you didn't. We just give you this information that you need to be able to ship every week and continue to make progress in your project.
Let's fucking
This is the main thing, the most
All right,
important thing
Pacey
to do
fam,
with
what
the
are we
program.
shipping? Are we shipping the portals
we, from our
first?
side, we ask you
The
to send us
serums?
weekly updates about your project. So this works. It does two things. One is it's a way for us to keep track of your progress and whether you're still in a program and how you're how much progress you're making and just to get a good understanding of your project essentially. And we do that via these updates. And the other thing, which is the most important part of this, is that it helps you to keep going and have some structure around like every single week, so you can make every week um, have some progress every week basically on your project. And this is a way for you to also to be accountable and to feel like you're making that progress that you want to have. And then finally at the end you're going to launch your project. So that's the overall structure, that's the overall idea of the program. Very simple. Keep shipping, send your weekly updates, and then at the end launch your project. If you go away with anything in your head, this should be it. These three things. Um, yeah, if you do that, you're gold. You have like managed to do the program, and it will be fun. And we're sure you're gonna have made progress at the end. Like I said, each week is a huge step forward. So we know that it's only 4 weeks, and obviously you can't build a new Google in 4 weeks, that's for sure. But you can still make a lot of progress week over week, and this is how we designed it to be, so that you can actually get that feeling that it's a huge step forward every week that you finish. So let's go in and talk about a bit what's going to happen each week. So week number 1 is going to be about locking in your project. So for a lot of you, we know you might have already, had your idea, build something around it, and have a very clear definition of what you're building and what you're trying to achieve, which is great. We're all for it. But a lot of you still don't know exactly, what your project will be. Maybe you have an idea of a direction, but not exactly, how it should work or like what technology you'll use and so on and so forth. So basically this first week is where we get the opportunity to just really lock that project in and make sure that you know exactly what you're going to be building. Remember, rule number 1 is to keep shipping. So if you're already locked in your project, you know what you're doing, use week 1 to just ship and build as much as you can. That's already great. For those who don't know or need a little time, then this is also your opportunity to do that. Cool. So once you know what your project is, you defined well what you're doing. Week 2 is all about finding those early users. So hopefully what's going to happen here is that you know what you're going to try to build or what you started to build. And then you know exactly for whom are you building this thing for. And we're going to help you with some structure and some tips on how to do that. But essentially you're going to go out and you're going to try to find who are these few 10, 20, or however many users that are actually the right users for your project. They would love what you're building and they are really, really the perfect fit for you. And then obviously you would go there and talk to these people and make sure that you understand, their problem, or you get insights about your idea, what you're trying to build, and so on. So this is all about users in your week 2. And then hopefully after doing that, you come back re-energized and full of ideas and full of changes in your head about what you thought was true. And maybe just, your users told you that that's not the case, or maybe you confirmed all the assumptions you had before. In any case, we see week 3 as a great opportunity for you just to take that information and put it into your project, and then iterate your way towards launch. So week 3 is really just incorporating all of that, all of those insights, and continue to work together with those early testers of yours, and then iterating towards a very good first version that you're going to launch on week 4, which is exactly that. So week 4 is for your final touches and for actually launching your project, right? So this is it. Those are the 4 weeks.
And that would be
One
for the
message we give
pacing.
every time, and we've had this over and over again, and I think it's very important to say, is that it's okay to start over. Like pivots, if you find yourself in a position that, let's say you thought your project was a good idea, you've talked to a few people, it just turns out that it's not that cool, or you just, you lost your motivation, or some assumptions that you had that were critical for your project to work turned out not to be true. It's totally fine to start over and pivot. I think it's the actual right decision in a lot of cases, and pivots are progress. So also from our side, we're not expecting that everybody's going to start with the same project that they're going to end with. We're open to pivots pretty much at all times, and I think it's better for you to pivot into a different project that you're excited about and that you feel like there is more opportunities to do a lot than just to stick to your idea because you started from that one. So whenever that happens, again, just talk to us, and we can easily organize everything so that you can actually safely and happily pivot on your project. Cool. All right, so like I said, every week you will submit an update. This is very important. Um, every week the update itself will change. So the kinds of things that you're going to have to submit to us are different, but they work pretty much the same way. So you're going to end the week, you're going to have to write a few things to us. Very easy. Pretty much every update will not take you more than 10-15 minutes to do, as long as you have done the work during the week and you've managed to follow along the program. So this should be pretty easy to do. Cool. So then um, at the end, everybody launches. Hopefully. Again, this obviously depends on whether you're going to be able to do the launch, but for those that who do and actually follow the program and actually manage to get to the end, we're all going to be launching at the same time. There are a lot of questions. The immediate question that people have, and I think I've answered a few of those already via email to some people, but what do we mean by launch here? And I think it's often the case that people have the wrong, or I wouldn't say wrong, but a different understanding of what a launch is than what we do. So for us, what we mean by launch is not at all a big bang launch. So we don't want, it's not our goal to get you to be covered by TechCrunch or to be at the top of like Product Hunt or Hacker News or something. It's not about that. It's also not about just launching it on TikTok and getting some sort of like I don't know, viral launch. This is also not the idea. And it's not also to do any sort of PR or any sort of like just shilling your project in every possible social media. Of course, you can do all those things. We're not like saying that those things are bad things. You could obviously promote your project, as much as you want and as far away as far and wide as you want. But in our understanding for this program, you only need two things for your launch. And those two things are very, very simple, very specific. One is you're going to record a short video that showcases what you built and how it works. So a demo video of what you're shipping, what you're launching, right? This video is not a video for like, it's not like a marketing video. It doesn't need to be like produced or like any sort of like crazy thing. It should be very simple. It should be you as a builder presenting the product. You're not pitching to investors. You're not doing any sort of like crazy video demonstration of anything. Just as easy as showing what you built and how it works. That's all. This video is also like a very simple short video, so it should be in general like around 2 and 3 minutes and so on. We're going to give you more information about how to exactly go about that, but just know that this is not too much. And then the other thing you need is a public link for people to actually use what you built. And again, the idea here is that if you build this and it's still like in your like local development machine, there's no way for anybody to access what you built. This is not launched, right? I mean, nobody can use it. So ideally, you'd have a way for people to very easily use and try whatever you built. again, this is more about making sure your project is accessible, like is out there, as opposed to just making, getting as many people to use it as possible. The idea of the launch is just to get it out there. It's really just to make it available. It's about getting your project out there in the hands of people. Yeah. So again, totally easy. As long as you built your thing, you can just like fire up your I don't know, your screen recording and then do the demo, and then just share the link where you deploy this to production somewhere, and this should be it, right? Cool. All right. So if you get to the end and you do this, which is to launch your project, then you can be proud. You completed the program. Um, this is it. This is the program. 4 weeks, you're going to submit an update at the end of every week. At the very end, you're going to do your launch, which is a video plus a public link of your project. And this is very important. I know it's something, I think it's very useful and very interesting for builders to be, rewarded for what they're building and to be able to continue building. If you finish the program, again, if you you do all the 4 updates and you launch, then you will be considered for grants, which are, there's a lot here. And I'll just bring on to the stage again, Joey. You're the money man now.
I'm back. Yeah, I'm the Mr. Moneybags, I guess. So
Yeah, cool. So
yeah.
enjoy.
All right, let's talk money. So first of all, how's everyone doing? I mean, I think we're at 30 minutes, past here, and we're definitely more than halfway through all the information. So we should feel good. We might even get you out a bit early here. I'm going to talk about grants. There's way too much information to cover, lots of specifics. So don't worry about understanding the details. This is just to get you excited, to have a general overview of it. We're going to send you information afterwards in email. There's going to be a website. You can go through all the details to get all the information you need about how to get money from the program. But there is money. It's over $90,000 that we're going to give out over the, after the end of this 4 weeks, which is very cool. We love giving money to builders that need it to keep going, to do whatever, to, pay for your hosting services, whatever it may be. Again, this is not the primary value of the program. Very clear. Like, this is icing on the cake. Launching your thing, that energy, that's going to be the main value. See this as, a fun side quest. And first, I'm going to talk about the main grant. So again, what Rafa just went through, shipping updates every week, launching something, whatever it is at the end, just getting something out there that's public, people can use. You do that, you're good, you're eligible for the main grant. The way that the main grant works is that we're going to give out $54,000 to, we're going to take 25, final projects, finalists, and we'll announce those. We'll, have a panel of about 10 really cool, experts from different fields reviewing those, maybe giving you some feedback, and then they're going to choose 6 projects that we're going to give grants to. Each one of those people, one of those 6, is going to get $4,000 in cash from yours truly, from Backdrop, and we're going to give you $5,000 in AWS credits to keep building, thanks to our good friends at AWS. So that is the way the main grant works. All right, now some more details about partners. This is where it's going to get even a bit more in the weeds. Again, don't worry about understanding all the specifics. Those are coming later as well. We are pumped to work with Base again on this program. Base is going to give out 2 $2,500 grants for the best projects built on Base. Base is Coinbase's L2 blockchain. If you don't know, we are also excited to welcome for the first time to a program Near. Near is going to give out at least one $5,000 grant to the best project built on Near. Near is an L1, layer 1 blockchain, kind of built for speed and cost and great developer experience. So excited to work with them. Super excited to have Stability AI back again this program. They're going to give out also at least one $5,000 grant for the best project built on Stability. Stability builds stable diffusion, also stable code, stable audio. So a lot of kind of the leading generative AI models, very cool. We also have $50 in credits for anyone that wants to test out building something on Stability. So we'll share details on how to get access to that. We are also working with Build Guild. Build Guild is giving out $5,000 for at least one project built on Scaffold ETH2. Build Guild is basically a community of people deploying apps to Ethereum, and Scaffold ETH2 is a tool that helps you build and deploy smart contracts very easily. So very cool. And we have $3,000 from Ceramic for the best project built on Ceramic. So Ceramic is a decentralized data network, graph database. Pumped to work with them for the first time in a program. And don't worry, there's only a couple more. I mean, I guess you're probably not that bored, right? It's just more money for you, but more is better. So Fixie, we're $3,000 for the best project built on Fixie. Fixie is a platform to help you build and launch conversational AI sidekicks, because we all need, conversational AI sidekicks to make our lives easier. And we are excited to work with Guru as well. So Guru, we're going to be away $3,500 in credits for the best projects built on Guru. Guru is a pretty cool platform to build video AI apps with a lot more ease. So check out Guru. And we have maybe two more. Quicks, we have $500 in credits for any builder that wants. For Quicks, Quicks is a tool to help you develop and run event streaming apps. And finally, last but definitely not least, we are happy to be sponsored by LangChain. LangChain, obviously, for those of you who don't know, is a platform to help you kind of build and deploy your own custom LLMs. And anyone in the program who wants will get early access to Langsmith. So that is all for now, at least. So you probably, hopefully you got at least the gist. The bottom line is there's a ton of amazing companies that we are very, very lucky to work with as sponsors. Thank them for supporting this program. And there are lots of ways for you to get money from them as well, which we encourage you to do. There are more details on the specifics of those different grants and the programs, and tons of resources from all of those partners as well about how to get support on top of just money, because of course, oftentimes money is not the biggest limiting factor. There's resources about how to get support from their teams, get whatever you need to actually build on those technologies. All of that is in your inbox, as soon as this event is over. So reach out to us, of course, if you're confused, if you have any questions. So I think that's pretty much it. But, well, on grants, actually, it's definitely not it for everything. There's a lot more. Everything we've talked about so far, I would say, is kind of like the core program, right? So you join, you do the updates, you ship your product, you get grants, you get money if you want. And if that's all you want to do, cool. We're fine. We have a lot more. I'll go through quickly now, which is useful for you. Again, it's totally optional. So the first thing is I'm going to talk about, events, basically. We have 3 different kinds of events. We call them talks, jams, and demos. So I'll go through each really quickly. First thing is just to say it again, these are optional. If you want to just put your head down, if you want to just enter the code tunnel for the next 4 weeks and build something incredible, and then raise your head up at the end of the 4 weeks, that's a great vibe. We're totally down for that. So these are optional. If you attend 0 events, if you don't spend any time in Discord, no problem for us. But if you want, we have talks every week on Thursdays, usually, except for 1 week. I think that'll be on Tuesday, where we basically bring a group of amazing builders together for a fireside chat. These are supposed to be, inspirational, informational. I'm super excited to announce all of the speakers and guests that we have for these events. It is an amazing, amazing lineup. We are very, very lucky. So the first event we'll announce already, in your inbox later today. So join on Thursday if you can. If you don't, you can join live and add questions, ask questions to these guests, but we also always record those. So, if you're not in the right time zone or whatever, you want to join, watch on your own time, that's all good. We actually do also turn them into podcasts, but only after the program is done. So lots of ways that we will get you the content that we are lucky to help create. And then we also have jams every week. These are very informal, basically, get an all in a Zoom call, and we just host a workshop for people who want to work on their projects together. So again, totally optional. I think we have the first jam on Wednesday of this week about kind of battle testing your idea. So look out for weekly jams. And finally, as always, we've always done these like weekly demos at the end of the week on Friday. So if you want to kick back, celebrate what you shipped over the week, and get some feedback from people, these are internal to the program. So it's not like a scary YC demo day where we invite a bunch of investors. These are really just internal, showcase what you've done in front of some other cool builders, and just have like a nice Friday sort of celebratory vibe. So join those if you want as well. All right, so that is it for events. Again, you'll get invites to all of the events in your inbox. We use Luma, as you've already seen, so we try to make things easy for you. And we will just add you directly to those event invites. Feel free to ignore, but that way you don't have to really keep an eye out for everything. And yeah, finding your way around the program. So I'm going to switch gears a little bit and talk about everything, how to get updates. So again, everything that's important is going to be in your inbox. So if you just wanted to monitor your inbox, you will not get lost. Don't worry. We also built this nice little home for you at backdropbuild.com/v2. Everything you need is there, hopefully. So if you ever get lost and you're wondering what's going on, what's happening over the week, where's the update, where do I do this, where do I do that, it's probably in backdropbuild.com/v2. So head there to check that out. And if you do happen to get lost, or if you have a question, you don't want to ask it in Discord, just hit us an email at community@backdropbuild.com. A fun fact is that Rafa and I are on different continents. So we actually, between us, cover quite a lot of ground in terms of time zones. Not 24 hours. We do sleep at the same time sometimes, but generally speaking, we're pretty available. We're happy to get you unstuck whenever we can. And yeah, so in terms of connecting with other builders, we encourage it. But at the same time, like Rafa said, we want building, shipping, launching to be the main goal. You could spend 4 weeks networking and making a bunch of friends, but launching something in 4 weeks is super hard. So we want those connections to happen where they are natural, and we'll have some ways for you to create some serendipity for yourself in the program. But again, if the goal of this program is not, this is not a networking, it's not a 4-week networking conference. Like this is build, right? This is for you to really put your product into the world. So again, that's not our vibe to chit chat. There's nothing wrong with it, of course. And we have Discord. We have great ways for you to ask questions, do things like that. But again, if you don't feel like you want to do those things, if you don't even want to join Discord because it distracts you, all good, no problem. But if you do, we have Discord. I think there's some questions already. Head to backdropbuild.com/Discord. We prepared like a nice little cozy home for you there. Pretty simple. Just some channels to help you ask questions, get support, offer support, jam on crypto and AI. If you have questions for us or for the sponsors, you're welcome to dump them in there or check it out. People probably had the same question as you already. So head to Discord. And the last bit here in terms of how we try to also create some serendipity for you. So if you want to share an update, we like Rafa said, this is not about marketing necessarily. It's not about going viral on Twitter, but of course it is generally a good idea to try to force yourself to kind of be public about what you're building and try to create some serendipity for yourself, some interesting connections. The way that we try to do that, if you want, is tag Backdrop Build and Backdrop in your tweet. And then if you just go to backdropbuild.com/x, you will see a curated list of everything that people have shared. So if you get to the end of the day and you're wondering, I wonder if anyone in Backdrop Build, shipped something interesting and posted it on X or Twitter as it was formerly known, you can go to backdropbuild.com/x and you'll see everything there. So again, optional, but it's a good resource if you want. All right. That I think that's pretty much all the nitty gritty details, and we're doing all right. 9:45 my time, so
Yeah, we're
first week starts now.
yeah, we can take these last. I think we're not going to take the full 15 minutes, so we can give you back some minutes of the day to start building and or start joining Discord, because apparently I didn't know that Discord was going to be so popular. I think that was the. Oh, I see some people getting Discord link invalid. Okay, let
Hmm.
me share
Link
another link real quick. I can do this here live, so you can.
That link, I think you might need to be logged in on your browser. So just go to Discord and make sure you're logged in on that browser, and then try it again. If that doesn't work, then we'll create you another one here.
Yeah, I dropped another link in there directly in case that works better. Um,
Yeah,
we
it's not
ran.
a.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying it's not a problem with the expiration date on that link. I already checked it, but yeah, use the new one that Rafa just posted, and that should
You
be fine.
exactly. I mean, we ran without any technical hiccups, and that's just not the builder way to do it. Every time you're doing,
There has to be a bug in
there
the
has
in
to
the
be
release.
something
Yeah.
that does not work. Otherwise, it's not a real builder event. All right, it works now. And I'll just ask you for a little patience as you join Discord. The previous link would automatically give you the right role that you need in Discord. This link that I shared doesn't. So we are just going to have to do that manually after this kickoff. But once we do that, you're going to get access to all the channels, which are not a lot, because we really just don't think you should be spending all that much time in Discord anyway. But there are a few like helpful channels that you're going to see, and you're going to be able to interact with like people who are in the cohort now. Um, so yeah, just if you're not seeing a lot of channels yet, just wait a little bit, and we get to that soon. Cool. All right. So like Joey said, this is the beginning of it. This is week one right here, right now. It starts now. You will have like a full week to just get through everything that we prepared for you, and essentially it's what we already talked about. So make sure to get your project locked in. um, if you need time, or if you need to spend some ideation sessions to get there, then do it. This week is your chance to just get it all, like, we like to say internally, get all your ducks in a row. And that's what you should be doing. Part of that, and again, more information about this week's update will be emailed to you soon, and it's also on the website. But in this week, make sure to define well who you're building for. Again, this is probably the most basic and complicated thing that we've seen a lot of people do wrong, where you're not defining well your users, or who are you building this for. It tends to be a bit too generic, or for example, saying, no, I'm building for everyone, or like I'm building for JavaScript developers, and those things tend to be very complicated to work with. So again, spend time defining pretty well and specifically who you're building for this week. um, and get busy shipping. I think a lot of you are already shipping. We've seen already a few projects that are like in progress, and lots of you have already built some proof of concept, and now you just need to pick that back up and continue to ship. Cool. So this is the week one. General idea: you have to submit your first update latest by Sunday, November 12th, and then again, just generally with updates, the deadline is Pacific time. So that's to give you as much time as possible. So that's the latest Sunday timeline that you can have. And as long as you do that by then, you should be fine. You can submit updates before Sunday. So if you're finished with the stuff that we're asking you to do, and you want to submit it tomorrow, great, do it, no problem. But we will only make available information about the next week on Monday next week. So you'll just hand in things earlier, but you still need to wait for Monday to get the new week's information. Yeah, I mean, just to repeat, it's Sunday, end of day, Pacific time. So 20, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday, November 12th. You will find all the information about the update in the website of the program. So again, backdropbuild.com/v2. That's where you're going to see the timeline. You're going to see all of the events, and you're going to see at the end, there's like a specific entry there for you to submit your update. When you go there and you click it, you're going to be able to see more information about what that update is about. We're always happy to clarify anything. So if you do have questions about the update, or like, is this the right thing or not, and so on, again, just email us, community@backdrop.so. By the way, community@backdropbuild.com also works, whatever you prefer. And just make sure to contact us, and then we'll clarify anything that is amiss. For this week, if you want to workshop your project, you're taking your first steps and you want to just like refine your idea, or you want to jam about like who are your users and get some feedback about how you're thinking about the problem, you can join our first jam that's happening on Wednesday, November 8th. Again, everything will be emailed, everything is on the website. And
Yo, Pep is about
the
to
first
fucking
fireside
post
or the
and
builder
holy
talk
shit.
is happening on Thursday, November 9th. And this one is about building at the
Sheesh
edges of
too. Sheesh is
technology.
about to
So
full send.
both people building in AI and crypto are building at the frontier of technology, right? So it's just the latest and greatest of tech that we have available for us. And we're just going to talk a little bit more about that. What is that experience of just working on technology that is, changing so rapidly, and nobody has yet written, a playbook about, and so on. So things along those lines. If you're interested in geeking out about that, join us for the fireside on Thursday. And again, the first internal builder demos are happening on Friday, November 10th. Again, super chill vibe. This is not like a Y Combinator demo or any sort of like crazy thing. It will be us hanging out and just seeing what we're building together, and giving feedback to each other and having a good time. And then again, more info, backdropbuild.com/v2. This is your home.
And just one thing to add, and just a question that is a good one. You'll see there a directory in backdropbuild.com/v2. This directory, we want to populate it with stuff that will help you find each other and share what you're working on, etc. That is part of the purpose of week one. So week one, you're going to submit some information about your project, your target users, the technology that you're using to build. We will use that to create the directory. So the reason it looks empty right now is because we're waiting on your week one updates to populate that. So more motivation to make them good, make them interesting, and use that to then connect with other builders in the program. And we'll share that directory also out external to the program as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So I see another question here, and I'm going to just bring it on stage. Where will the conversations and jams take place? On Discord? No. Those are, so it depends really. So the fireside, the builder talk on Thursday, that's live streamed. So it's exactly like this one. You'll be able to follow that on YouTube, and it'll be recorded, and you can watch it later if you want. Both the jam and the demos happen on Zoom calls. So for that one, we'll also be sharing the link through Luma, through the event invite. And then you're going to need to join a Zoom call for those. Cool. All right. So again, more information about the week on the page, backdropbuild.com/v2. And yeah, any other specific questions you might have about the program, or something we didn't talk about, just send us a message, or like you can drop it in Discord if you want, or you can just email us directly. And then we'll just handle the details there. And I think that's it. I think we are pretty much done, right?
I think we're there. We made it. We made it under time, which is really shocking.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're super pumped to be here with you all. You know, we've been so excited. It's been kind of, hard to just wait for these weeks to get this actually started. So Rafa and I have been very antsy, just thinking about all the things that you guys are going to build, and we're just pumped to see it all, come to life and to help you do it.
Yeah, it's really, really a privilege. Thanks everybody, for like playing along. I think you're all the stars of the show. Like you're the ones building cool stuff. We're here to support and to just make sure that as many people as possible get to see what you're building and experience what it is to be building. And again, like if you have any feedback, if you have any sort of like ideas, suggestions of what we could do better, either from like this presentation or along the way, again, hit us up. We're here to help and we're here to hear your feedback as well. And yeah, I mean, thank you very much. This was a blast.
Thank you all. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, we'll see you soon on Discord and out there. You will
Everywhere
see.
else.
A reminder: you will receive an email from us very soon, recapping the whole thing with a lot of links. So again, like this is it. Let's get busy.
Let's do it.
Thank you. See you.